Second foundation. The Mushrikeen said, "We call upon them only to seek nearness and shifa with Allah."
No, that was their only shirk, but it was great shirk. Their shirk was not even denying the oneness of worship for Allah at all times. No. They admitted that in severity, in calamity times, in severity times, that only Allah should be worshipped. Only Allah should be supplicated to. Yani Allah says, if they were to be in a situation where they are drowning, they would say, forget your idols and turn to Allah only. And they will call upon Allah in those situations. Unlike the grave worshippers nowadays, in the most severe conditions, they would not say, "Oh Allah." In the most severe conditions, they would not say Allah. Yani if they were about to drown, you hear nothing, no one says, "Oh Allah." He is saying, "Oh this," and he is saying, "Oh that." No one says, "Oh Allah." One Salafi scholar was on a ship once. I think he was Siddiq Hassan Khan Qannuji, the Indian scholar from Bahupal. Either him or someone else, Allahu Alam. He said, we were in such a situation, and I was hearing all the cries and shoutings, "Oh this, oh that, oh this, oh that." He said, I became so angry, I said, "Oh Allah, drown us. Because everyone has forgotten you." Yani, the Arabs, at the time of severity, they would say, "Oh Allah." يدعون الله مخلصين دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين. They would call upon Allah sincerely. So you can see how much great shirk they are falling into. So the Arabs before used to worship Allah, but at the same time worship their idols, because they thought the idols were either angels or pious people. Yani they believed that angels were the daughters of Allah. So they used to make their idols as signs of some angels. And they also make some idols as signs of some pious people, like Allat. Ibn Abbas says, "Allat رجل صالح كان يلت السويق للحجاج." Allat is a man who was fixing a form of food called sawiq for the pilgrims. And when he died, they started supplicating to him. You see. Also, Ibn Abbas says, "Wad wa Yaghuth wa Ya'uq wa Nasr." He says those are the names of pious people in the time of Nuh alayhi salam. When they died, they started worshipping them besides Allah. So this is how those people were doing. This was their shirk. Not more, you see, not more than this. Nowadays, unfortunately, the grave worshippers don't remember Allah in the most severe cases. They don't call upon the names of the awliya because they want their intercession. Very few who do that. Most of them don't want the intercession. They want them to do the benefit and remove the harm, because they say, since they are walis, then Allah has given them the authority, the power to do whatever they want. They can benefit you in whatever way you want. They can harm you or lift the harm off you. They say they are walis. So that's the meaning of the wali. So wali to them is God, because no one can lift the harm, no one can benefit you in that way except Allah. You see? And they believe that those walis, their souls after death are free. They are everywhere. They are everywhere. They can see everything. They can hear everything. They can do everything. That's their faith. That's in their books. You see, all the grave worshippers nowadays. I read their book, one book called Ghawth al-Ibad by an Egyptian grave worshipper scholar. And this book was introduced by scholars from India, scholars from Egypt, and the biggest, or one of the biggest scholars in Turkey in his time, which is Al-Kawthari. In this book, he says, what's wrong to have a mediator between you and Allah? There is nothing wrong with that. And then he said, what is the meaning of wali? The meaning of wali is that Allah gives them all the power to do all what He wants, to say to something be and it will be. You see? To say to something be and it will be, this is only for Allah. And they claim that this is for the wali. And that the wali has the power to do this and to do everything he wants after his death. You see, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says clearly in Quran that He holds the soul of the dead with Him. Allah says it in Quran, يُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَلَيْهَا بِالْمَوْتِ. He holds it with Him. And they say, no, it's free everywhere. It can go wherever it wants. It can hear whatever it wants. It can do whatever it wants. Woe be to those who displease those souls. That's what they say in the book. And we give the glad news for those who please those souls. That's why they please them, by sacrificing the animal, by taking gold to the grave or whatever, by giving oath, whatever it might be, to please them. And what is after pleasing them? It's not that because they want them to be intercessors like Abu Jahl did. No, they go further than Abu Jahl. They want them to do themselves. You see? This is greater shirk than the shirk of Abu Jahl. This is greater shirk because this is shirk in lordship. The fact that they say by Allah's permission they can hear everything, they can do everything, this doesn't help. This is just like what the Arabs did, and it did not help them. When they used to say, when they're going around the idols, لا شريك لك إلا شريكا هو لك تملكه وما ملك. That those companions in worship, you own them and you own everything that they own. That didn't make them faithful. The fact that they are saying something true after what they're saying, and that is shirk, doesn't make the shirk become true. You see, those people claim that the wali will run the affairs of the universe, and they believe that. They believe the Sufis have 70 وسبعة 40 وأربعة, that they differ. How many walis run the affairs of this world? Some of them say 77 walis, and some of them say 44 walis. Whether it is 77 or 44, they consider Sajid one of them. That's why they have classified their walis. They say, we have Abdal, we have Autad, we have Aghwath, we have Ghawth al-Aghwath, meaning we have some walis who can run the affairs of villages, you see, and some walis who can run the affairs of whole countries, and some walis can run the affairs of continents. One is for Europe, one is for America, one is for Asia, and some walis can run the affairs of everything. They have the authority to run the affairs of everything.